Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 5. There is Fedyas Milana Satria, Muhammad Dawi Adiansyah, Muhammad Fauzi, and Muhammad Hira Ananda will present about performance appraisal. What is a performance appraisal? A performance appraisal is a regular review of an employee's jobs, performance, and overall contribution to a company. Also known as an annual review, performance review or evaluation, or employee appraisal. A performance appraisal evaluates an employee's skill, achievement, and growth or lack thereof. Companies use performance appraisal to give an employee big picture feedback on their work and to justify pay increase and bonuses, as well as termination decision. They can be conducted at any given time, but tend to be annual, semi-annual, or quarterly. Performance appraisal has three basic functions. Number one is to provide adequate feedback to each person on his or her performance. Second is to serve as basis for modifying or changing behavior toward more effective working habits. And the third is to provide data to managers with which they may judge future job assignment and compensation. The performance appraisal concept is central to effective management. Much hard and imaginative work has gone into developing and refining it. In fact, there is a great deal of evidence to indicate how useful and effective performance appraisal is. Yet present system of performance appraisal don't serve any of these functions as well. Performance appraisal types. Most performance appraisal are top-down, meaning that supervisor evaluate their staff with no input with the subject. But there are other types. There is number one is self-assessment, or individuals rate their job performance and behavior. The second is peer assessment, or an individual's work group rates his performance. The third is 360 degrees feedback assessment, or includes input from an individual, her supervisor, and her peers, so his environment is involved. And the last is negotiated appraisal, or a newer trend that utilize a mediator and attempt to moderate the adversarial nature of performance evaluation by allowing the subject to present first. Also, focuses on what the individual is doing right before any criticism is given. This structure tends to be useful during conflict between subordinates or supervisor and supervisor.
Who should do the appraising? Appraisal by the immediate supervisor are the heart of most appraisal. Getting supervisor appraisal is straightforward and makes sense. The supervisor should be and usually is in the best position to observe and evaluate his or her subordinate performance. The supervisor is also responsible for that person's performance. Yet, relying on only supervisor ratings is not always wise. For example, an employee supervisor might not understand and appreciate how customers and colleagues who interact with the employee rate his or her performance. Furthermore, there is always some danger of bias for or against the employee. If so, managers have several options. First, peer appraisal. With more firms using self-managing teams, appraisal for an employee by his or her peers, peer appraisal is more popular. Typically, an employee do for an annual appraisal choose an appraisal chairperson. Second, rating committees. Some companies use rating committees. A rating committee is usually composed of the employee's immediate supervisor and 3 or 4 other supervisors. Third, self-rating. Some employers obtain employee self-ratings, usually in conjunction with supervisor ratings. Fourth, appraisal by subordinates. Many employers have subordinates rate their manager, usually for developmental rather than for pay purposes. Fifth, 360 degrees feedback. With 360-degree feedback, the employer collects performance information all around an employee from his or her supervisor, subordinate, peers, and internal or external customer, generally for developmental rather than pay purposes. 6. Crowd appraisal. In a twist of 360 degrees appraisal, more employers are using new crowdsourcing recognition and appraisal software tools such as Globoforce and Salesforce Ripple to obtain coworkers' comments and appraisal. Appraisal methods. The manager usually conducts the actual appraisal using one or more of the formal methods we are about to explain. First, graphic rating scale methods. A graphic rating scale lists a number of traits and a range of performance for each. As in Figure 4, a typical scale lists traits and a range of performance standards. Below expectation, meet expectation, and role model for each trait. Second, alternation ranking methods. Ranking employees from best to worst on a trait or traits is another popular appraisal method because it is usually easier to distinguish between the worst and the best employees than to rank them. An alternation ranking method is useful. Third, paired comparison method. With the paired comparison method, every subordinate to be rated is paired with and compared to every other subordinate on each trait. Fourth, force distribution method. With the force distribution method, the manager places predetermined percentage of subordinates in performance categories, as when professor grades on a curve. Fifth, critical incident method. The critical incident method entails keeping an anecdotal record of good or undesirable example of an employee's work-related behavior and reviewing it with the employee at predetermined times. 6. Behaviorally anchored rating scale. A behaviorally anchored rating scale, or BARS, is an appraisal method that combines the benefit of critical incident and quantitative rating by anchoring a quantified scale with specific narrative example of good and poor performance expressed as specific behaviors. 7. Appraisal forms. In practice, appraisal forms often blend several approaches. 8. The management by objective method. The term management by objective usually refers to multi-step company-wide goal and setting and appraisal programs. 9th, computerized and web-based performance appraisal. More employers use web or PC-supported appraisal tools. For example, Seagate Technology uses Enterprise Suite for its 39,000 employees. 10th, electronic performance monitoring. Electronic performance monitoring, or EPM, system use computer technology to allow managers to monitor their employees' rate, accuracy, and time spent working online or just on their computer. 11. Conversation days. When employees at Juniper Networks Incorporation express concern about their annual performance review and lack of positive feedbacks, Juniper changed the process. Instead of once-a-year performance review, there are now semi-annual conversation days.
The next one is intended results. The results lead to decision and judgment such like the first one is rating distribution. This will help the management to reward good performers and recognize their efforts, while this means the management also need to improve the low performers. The second is identify potential. Identification of high potential employees can help in succession planning of an organization. High potential employees can be trained to be future leaders also. And the next is develop employees. An employee's weaknesses area can be identified from performance appraisal. Managers can take the necessary steps to help the employees to improve on their weak area. This will lead to growth of employees as well as organizational growth. The next is retain employees. This can help to detail out compensation of the employees. The next one is offer perspective. We can see from different perspectives to make a decision. And next is motivate through objective, and the last is learn through feedback. And now I will read the example case of performance appraisal. A doctor discharged a staff member who had been working for him for 9 months. She then claimed that her civil rights were violated and that she was discriminated against because of her age, and she was 46 years old. During an investigation, the doctor was asked to provide copies of her performance evaluation to justify the contention that the discharge was based on her performance, not her age. No performance evaluation had been given to any employees. These claims led to an out-of-court settlement. The employees had been with the doctor for 9 months and had not received a performance appraisal. She claimed that she was not aware that her performance was not satisfactory and was surprised when she was terminated. She alleged that the sole reason for her discharge was her age, that the doctor wanted to hire a younger person. Then the doctor said she had been warned on several occasions, but nothing had been documented. This wasn't an isolated incident. Such claims are made against doctor every day.
Okay, now it's a solution. A good performance review program should 1. Provide data for a use in wage adjustment, promotion, and reassignment, disciplinary action, and or discharge. 2. Provide objective, factual evaluation of an employee's performance rather than a snap judgment. 3. Impressive employees' job satisfaction and morale by communicating interesting their program and personal development. 4. Provide information regarding an employee's need for training. 5. Provide a forum for setting goals and performance standard for the next year or appraisal period. 6. Provide an opportunity for each employee to discuss job problems and interests. Performance appraisal should be conducted after approximately 4 weeks for the date of hire. Committing this make the organization more closely observe new employees safer to let someone go during orientation or training period rather than later. Thank you.
That's it, presentation about performance appraisal. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.